Two slender sticks of wood or bamboo held in one hand, used with grace and precision. They're small, simple, and quiet. Yet behind these modest tools lies one of Japan's oldest and most beautiful stories. Yes, we're talking about chopsticks. To the Japanese, chopsticks are not just utensils. They're symbols of respect, harmony, and tradition woven into centuries of culture and daily life. They guide not just how people eat, but how they live. So today, we're diving into 10 fascinating chopstick facts about Japan you probably never knew. From the secret meanings behind their shape to the ancient rules that still shape Japanese manners today, each fact reveals a little more about the heart of Japanese culture. By the end of this video, you'll never look at a pair of chopsticks the same way again. Without further delay, let's get started. Fact 1. Chopsticks came to Japan as a sacred tool. Long before chopsticks became part of daily meals, they were spiritual objects. When they first arrived in Japan around the 7th century, they weren't used for dinner, they were used for rituals. Imported from China and influenced by Shinto beliefs, chopsticks were first seen as a way to connect with the gods. Early Japanese chopsticks were joined at the top, forming a V-shape symbolizing the bridge between humans and deities. They were used in sacred offerings and temple ceremonies, not in casual dining. Over time, as Japan's culture evolved, the use of chopsticks spread from the spiritual to the everyday. By the Heian period, 794–1185, they had become an essential part of court life. The upper classes dined using beautifully carved wooden chopsticks, often lacquered or tipped with gold. Eventually, this elegant practice reached the common people, transforming the sacred into the familiar. So, every time someone in Japan picks up chopsticks today, they're unknowingly holding a piece of ancient ritual, a quiet link to the divine. Fact 2. Each country uses chopsticks differently. You might think all chopsticks are the same, but Japan has its own unique style. Japanese chopsticks are shorter and more pointed than Chinese ones, designed to handle delicate foods like fish and rice. The tips are often tapered to allow precision, reflecting Japan's appreciation for detail and presentation. Chinese chopsticks, in contrast, are longer and thicker, perfect for reaching into shared dishes. Korean chopsticks are flat and metallic, reflecting centuries of royal influence and hygiene practices. But Japan's wooden or bamboo chopsticks represent a connection to nature. In Japan, you'll also find different chopsticks for different uses. Longer ones for cooking, elegant ones for guests, and even decorative ones for festivals. The Japanese word for chopsticks, hashi, can also mean bridge, symbolizing the connection between people, food, and spirit. It's not just about eating, it's about balance. The way Japan designed its chopsticks mirrors how it approaches life itself. Simple on the surface, but deeply thoughtful underneath. Fact 3. There are strict rules for how to use them. In Japan, chopsticks come with their own code of respect, a kind of etiquette known as hashi no shikata. From how you hold them to where you rest them, every movement matters. For example, never stick chopsticks upright in a bowl of rice. This is considered deeply unlucky because it resembles the incense sticks used at funerals. Never pass food directly from one pair of chopsticks to another either. That too mimics a funeral ritual, where bones are passed after cremation. There are also smaller manners that show respect. Never point your chopsticks at someone while speaking. Never play with them or wave them around. And never stab food like a fork that's seen as impolite. Instead, chopsticks are meant to be handled with calmness and grace. When you're done eating, you gently place them parallel on the chopstick rest, tips pointing left. It's a small gesture, but one that expresses humility and gratitude. In Japan, how you eat is as important as what you eat. And through these customs, chopsticks become not just tools of dining, but tools of discipline and respect. Fact 4. Chopsticks reflect Japan's connection to nature. Look closely at a pair of Japanese chopsticks, and you'll see simplicity. But behind that simplicity lies deep respect for nature. Most chopsticks in Japan are made from bamboo, cedar, or cypress materials that grow locally and decompose naturally. In Shinto belief, every living thing, even a tree, carries spirit or kami. By using wood and bamboo, people maintain a quiet harmony with nature every time they eat. In traditional homes, you might even find chopsticks that are handmade, carved by local artisans, polished by hand, and sometimes coated with natural lacquer for protection. Some families keep special chopsticks for New Year celebrations. others for guests. Each set tells a story, often passed down through generations. And while disposable chopsticks, warabashi, are common in restaurants, Japan has been encouraging a return to reusable, eco-friendly versions, blending modern life with timeless respect for the earth. To eat with chopsticks in Japan isn't just about feeding the body, it's about staying connected to the world that sustains you. Fact 5. The shape and size tell their own story. In Japan, even the smallest detail has meaning, and chopsticks are no exception. Men's chopsticks tend to be longer and thicker, while women's are shorter and more slender. This isn't about hierarchy, but about comfort and aesthetics, an appreciation of proportion and beauty. Children have their own smaller versions too, designed to help them learn how to eat with balance and coordination. The tips of Japanese chopsticks are often rounded and smooth, ideal for picking up delicate foods like sashimi or small grains of rice. Some are even painted or engraved with subtle designs, cherry blossoms, cranes, or waves, all symbols of luck, longevity, and peace. Each pair of chopsticks is personal. In many families, everyone has their own set, reflecting individuality within community, a perfect metaphor for Japanese society itself. So, when someone chooses their chopsticks, they're not just picking a utensil, they're choosing something that fits their rhythm, their hands, and their way of life. Fact 6. Chopsticks have their own special meanings in gift. Giving. In Japan, even the act of giving chopsticks carries deep meaning. They're not just utensils, they're powerful symbols of connection, respect, and goodwill. Chopsticks are often given as gifts for weddings, anniversaries, or new beginnings because they come in pairs just like people. The two sticks represent harmony and partnership, working together to achieve balance. In Japanese culture, wedding chopsticks are called meotobashi, which means husband and wife chopsticks. They are usually designed differently, one slightly longer for the groom, and the other shorter for the bride, symbolizing unity through difference. These special pairs are sometimes decorated with gold, cherry blossoms, or cranes, and are believed to bring long-lasting happiness to the couple. During the new year, families also exchange decorative chopsticks known as iwaibashi. They are beautifully wrapped and used only once, representing purity and renewal for the coming year. Each family member gets their own set, showing individuality within togetherness, a theme that runs deep in Japanese society. However, there are also times when chopsticks are not appropriate gifts. For example, never give a single pair of chopsticks at a funeral. Because they symbolize connection, they're seen as linking the world of the living and the dead, something considered spiritually sensitive. So, when the Japanese give chopsticks, they're not just offering a tool for eating, they're offering blessings, respect, and the hope for harmony. Fact 7. There's a day dedicated to chopsticks in Japan. Yes, you heard that right. Japan actually has a National Chopsticks Day. It's called Hashi no Hai, and it's celebrated every year on August 4th. The date comes from a clever wordplay. In Japanese, 8 is pronounced ha, and 4 is shi, which together sound like hashi chopsticks. On this day, people across Japan reflect on the importance of chopsticks in their daily lives. Schools teach children proper etiquette, and temples even hold small ceremonies to honor broken or old chopsticks, a practice called kuyo. Instead of throwing them away, the Japanese thank their chopsticks for their service, as a sign of gratitude and respect. Some restaurants and community centers host special chopstick events, where participants learn how to use them correctly, or watch craftsmen demonstrate how handmade chopsticks are made. It's both educational and spiritual, reminding people that even something as small as a pair of chopsticks deserves appreciation. No Hai beautifully captures a core Japanese idea that mindfulness and respect can turn even the simplest things into something sacred. Fact 8. Chopsticks and food. Subtle rules of respect. In Japan, the relationship between chopsticks and food is one of harmony, not dominance. The Japanese don't stab, tear, or crush food with chopsticks. They cooperate with it. The goal is to preserve the food's shape, flavor, and presentation, because how food looks is as important as how it tastes. One fascinating rule: you should never lick or suck on your chopsticks, no matter how delicious the food is. It's considered bad manners because chopsticks are seen as an extension of yourself. They should stay clean and calm. There are also thoughtful details about how food is handled communally. When sharing from a common plate, You flip your chopsticks around and use the clean end to pick up food, a sign of respect for hygiene and consideration for others. Even the sound of chopsticks matters. The Japanese eat quietly, without clinking or tapping their utensils. The silence shows focus and appreciation, a reflection of itadakimasu, that moment of gratitude before every meal. Through these tiny gestures, Japan turns eating into something more than nourishment. It becomes a ritual of respect for food, for people, and for the act of living itself. Fact 9. Chopsticks play a role in Japan's major life events. From birth to death, chopsticks quietly accompany the Japanese through life's milestones. When a baby is born, they're often given their first pair of tiny chopsticks, a symbol of growth and blessing. As they learn to eat, these small sticks become a child's first lesson in patience, focus, and gratitude. At weddings, the myotobashi represent union and love. During the new year, decorative chopsticks bless the start of a fresh chapter. And even in death, chopsticks have meaning. At funerals, families use chopsticks to pick up the bones of the deceased after cremation, passing them respectfully from person to person. This solemn act, known as kotsuage, is one of the reasons why certain chopstick taboos exist during meals. To keep sacred rituals and daily dining separate, chopsticks are, in a way, companions through all stages of life, from the first bite to the last farewell. They carry memory, tradition, and emotion in a way few other objects can. Fact 10. Chopsticks in modern Japan, where tradition meets innovation. Today, Japan continues to honor chopsticks, but it also reinvents them for the modern age. You'll find chopsticks made from recycled materials, eco-friendly bamboo, or even titanium. Some are designed ergonomically for seniors, others artistically for collectors. Restaurants are returning to reusable sets to reduce waste, and young designers are experimenting with chopsticks that blend technology and art, including magnetic pairs that never roll away and high-end lacquered sets that tell family stories through patterns. Even high-end chefs continue to innovate. In Michelin star restaurants across Tokyo and Kyoto, chopsticks are chosen not just for practicality, but for the feeling they create: smoothness, weight, and balance. The belief is simple. The tool you use should elevate the meal, not distract from it. In Japan, even as lifestyles change, the values behind chopsticks remain the same: mindfulness, beauty, and respect. They remind people that tradition doesn't have to stay in the past. It can evolve gracefully into the future. In conclusion, when you really think about it, chopsticks are more than tools, they're mirrors of Japanese life. They teach patience, respect, and awareness. They reflect balance, precision, and gratitude. And they remind us that beauty often hides in simplicity. The Japanese have turned two pieces of wood into a symbol of harmony between people, nature, and spirit. It's a quiet lesson for all of us. Sometimes, the smallest things carry the deepest meaning. So, the next time you hold a pair of chopsticks, take a moment to notice their lightness, their rhythm, their quiet grace, and remember the centuries of wisdom they carry. So, what about you? Did any of these chopstick facts surprise you or make you see Japanese culture differently? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you'd love to learn more hidden stories from Japan's traditions, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Because here, we explore not just history but the heart of culture, one story at a time. Thanks for watching.